It's intro time, and the camera's not focused, but now it is. Here's the setup, there's the thing. Blu Ray Collection, intro time. Alright, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It is your boy Colin from Cab Creations, and today I have a little bit of a different video for you guys. Now, I have an addiction. I'm free to open up about it here on YouTube because I feel like we're a supportive community. I am definitely and 100% addicted to Blu-rays. It's a problem. It's a really big problem. I'm not up there with some of the other guys that you see on YouTube with Blu-rays because goddamn, I've only been collecting for a year or so. But it's a hard thing to stop, man. I am crazy in love with these things. So excited to talk to you guys about them. I know I sound really enthusiastic right now, but I wanted to get this out today. I'm kind of fucking tired. Pardon my language. But anyways, let's get into it. Alright guys, let's get into this and let's try and bang this out as fast as we possibly can. First up, boom, it's 12 Years a Slave. All the performances in this are amazing. It's shot really beautifully. Fun fact on this one, this is a little tidbit on 12 Years a Slave. This is going to be involved in the high school curriculum pretty soon, relatively soon, I believe, or it has been implemented already. So that's awesome. Overall, 2013 Best Picture winner, great movie. Kubrick classic 2001: A Space Odyssey. There's not really much to say about this movie, and if you haven't seen it or don't know what it is, please go watch it immediately. Immediately. Stop the video. I give you permission to stop the video and go watch this. One of the best sci-fi movies of all time with The Bay. Back in the day, The Bay. Sigourney Weaver. Alien. I guess you could argue that this was one of the foundations. This was one of the foundations for science fiction as a whole. So great. 70s movie. Freaking awesome. David O. Russell's American Hustles. I think this was a little overhyped, but I really enjoyed the movie, and it was enough for me to get it on get it for $5 on Blu-ray. Overall, the performances are great, though, especially from Jennifer Lawrence, who is one of the most attractive human beings on Earth. Combine her looks and her personality, and it's a winner, man. It's a winner. Also, Cooper's great, Bale's great. Everyone else in this here really holds their ground. Was it as good as people portrayed it to be? No, but did I really think it was a solid movie? Absolutely. Anchorman 2. Two pretty darn good comedies, man. You could really see the hints of the flashes of greatness from Adam McKay in these films and how he had the versatility to do other things, as proven in The Big Short. So honestly, these two films, great. I kind of just had to have them in the collection. They're pretty legendary in the realm of comedy. Argo. The movie that I feel like this movie cemented Ben Affleck into directing. I thought it was so well shot, man. And the gritty tone of it was something that... The gritty tone he really has in most of his movies is something that you just can't help but admire, and you just kind of want to be there. You feel like you are there, but you don't want to be there. In most of his movies, at least. Pretty much all of his movies. But yeah, overall, performances are fantastic from him and Cranston. You gotta love it, man. You gotta love it. Probably, I guess, no one can really debate that this is at least top 5 of 2014. Birdman won the Best Picture. Showed that Michael Keaton still has it in his bones, even though in the future we'll make a video of Michael Keaton. Actually, I have a Michael Keaton video planned for August because The Founder comes out in August. So that's a little insider secret if you watch this video. But yeah, all around the performances are beautiful. It's shot wonderfully by Emmanuel Lubezki. Goddamn, man. Goddamn, this movie. So good, so good. Edward Norton is my favorite in it. Emma Stone is really good, and I hate Emma Stone, so that's pretty good thing for me to say about her. So Birdman, awesome. The Book of Life. The Book of Life is a really, really, really underrated animated movie that celebrates the Day of the Dead and like Spanish Mexican cultures and traditions, and it's amazing. I thought this was such an underrated movie, and I don't even think this might have gotten nominated for an Academy Award, but if it didn't, it really should have. It really should have, because it's so good. The animation style is really great. It's actually filled with pretty good voice talent too. The most prominent is the I guess the quote unquote evil guy in this is Channing Tatum, and he's so good in it, man. He really plays it up and hams it up, and I love that about it. Watch it. The horror masterpiece itself, The Cabin in the Woods. Everyone that at least does horror somewhat loves The Cabin in the Woods, man. It's crazy good. It mocks the genre to a T. I'm sorry, the camera is moving around. It's really bothersome. It mocks the genre perfectly. I enjoyed the heck out of this movie, man. It's so satirical, so great. Give it a watch any time of the day. Sorry about that, guys. My camera was flashing for some reason, and I don't know why. It was really random. I'm going to get back to the Blu Ray Collection. Bam! Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Is it the lesser of the chocolate factories? Yes. Is it a good movie that's underrated for some reason? Absolutely. Johnny Depp's performance here gets so much flack that I believe is completely unprecedented. I thoroughly enjoyed this movie, man. Also, I'm kind of biased because Freddie Highmore is one of my favorite child actors ever. And it's dark, but I liked it, man. The first one was pretty dark too. If you really think about it, if you really think about the first movie, it's pretty dark. And I really like this adaptation. Don't know why it gets all the hate. Cloverfield, probably one of the best monster movies ever. Definitely one of the best found footage films. Probably top 5 ever. It actually uses found footage well and explains why they're using found footage. I love this movie. Is 10 Cloverfield Lane better? Absolutely. But it's really good, man. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Check it out if you haven't, but you probably have, honestly. I think a lot of people have seen Cloverfield. Collateral. Amazing. Tom Cruise as a villain is something that I want to see all the time, but I know that it's something that I can't get, so it makes me a little bit sad. But hey, it doesn't make us all sad. And Jamie Foxx has probably top 3 performances along with Ray and one other that I can't think of right now. But hey, really great movie. Great movie. Watch it. Tom Cruise is badass with gray hair. Coraline, another one where the animation style just drew me in. I love the way the vibe from it, man. The vibe from it just gets you. It just gets you. It feels like a very nostalgic movie for something that you didn't even know you needed. So, I really enjoyed Coraline. On a dark, gloomy night, get your significant other with you or something like that, and just cuddle up and watch it, man. It's really good. Curious Case of Benjamin Button. I didn't really like the movie that much, but David Fincher directed it, so I got it. And it was like $3. The Dark Knight Cool-ish edition. That's what I call it. The Cool-ish edition. It's in the mask for Batman. Probably the best superhero movie ever. There's not really much you need to say about The Dark Knight. I'm pretty sure everyone knows The Dark Knight. I'm pretty sure it's universally acclaimed. Even people who don't watch movies know and like this film. So, Dark Knight. Heath Ledger, rest in peace. Best Joker ever. Probably. Don't quote me on that. I haven't analyzed it in depth yet, so maybe I will in a later video. That's not a hint. I don't actually know if I will. Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. Second Planet of the Apes movie. Better Planet of the Apes movie. I'm glad they made a Planet of the Apes after 2001 because that one was kind of very borderline not good. What am I kidding? It was a shithead. It was a piece of shit. Django Unchained. Christoph Waltz is my favorite part about this movie, and the fact that it's Tarantino. This might be one of Jamie Foxx's best performances, actually, talking about Collateral. But oh my gosh, it's Tarantino, man. You're never gonna go wrong with a Tarantino flick. Actually, There might be one or two that are debatable, but really you can never go wrong if you're getting a Tarantino flick. Honestly. It's going to be at least average. Awesome movie. DiCaprio, the whole blood thing, you probably know about that. The fact that that wasn't intentional when he was bleeding. Such a dedicated actor. Dodgeball, a true underdog story. A film that's I don't know. It got mediocre. I think it has like a 70-something on Rotten Tomatoes, actually. So maybe not as mediocre as I thought. I really enjoy this movie. I know that it's predictable, and I know that the characters are very simplistic. It's hilarious, though, man. It's really funny. This is when Vince Vaughn was actually funny, and this is Ben Stiller plays just amazing. Dude, Ben Stiller plays an amazing villain in this, and you can't deny it. Honestly, just if you're ever feeling down, just a fun movie to watch. Don John. When I saw this movie, I thought, man, does Joseph Gordon-Levitt have talent? This kid is amazing, and Scarlett Johansson's not bad to look at either. I mean, everyone can basically say that, even if you're a female. I mean, if I was a female, I'd go lesbian for Scarlett Johansson. Probably. Maybe. I don't know what I'm talking about. Maybe I do. All right. Let's go get another stack. I'm sitting down very carefully to make sure I don't shake anything. Let's get right back into it. First up, Donnie Darko. It's a Gyllenhaal movie. Swayze's in it. The rabbit's one of the most terrifying things that I've ever seen in my life. Not really, though. But when I was 10, I thought it was terrifying. Overall, great psychological thriller. I guess that's what you call it, right? Probably. Awesome. Drive, probably top 3 movies of 2011. It'll definitely be in one of our Century collections. Hint, hint, it's not me. But yeah, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Ryan Gosling is such a babe. Bryan Cranston's pretty good in the movie as well. Nicholas Winding Refn, man. Coming out with a new movie that we didn't cover in our summer movie preview, but we should have. It's called The Neon Demon. Looks absolutely great. Elle Fanning is a star in the making. But that's not, we're talking about Drive. He's a visionary god, man. Visionary god. Watch it. Evil Dead 2, Sam Raimi. I plan on having all of the Evil Dead series. The Evil Dead, and Evil Dead 2 and all of that stuff. I plan on having it. Overall, such a great horror movie, man. Raimi knows exactly what he's doing when he goes to the horror movies. And he doesn't know what he's doing when he goes to Spider-Man movies. But, well, at least the third one. But hey, you know, we'll just push that aside. My third favorite movie of 2015, Ex Machina. I got this for like $7. No, I got this for $5. I got this for $5 on Amazon. Ex Machina is beautiful, man. Domhnall Gleeson has a great performance. So does Oscar Isaac and Alicia Vikander. Honestly, I think she should have been nominated for this instead of the Danish Girl. But what do I know, man? I'm just a guy who likes movies. I don't know why I stumbled over that so much, but hey, you know what? Ex Machina is great, man. So glad it won Best Visual Effects. Fargo, it's just classic Coen Brothers, isn't it? It's just classic Coen Brothers. Francis McDormand, right? That's who it is. Francis McDormand, shit. Francis McDormand is great in this. I love Steve Buscemi's performance in this. It's one of my most underrated, I think one of the most underrated performances in a film. Maybe of all time. Fargo's so great, man. William H. Macy is a fucking weirdo. Top 10 movies of all time, Fight Club. I'm not going to go very in-depth about this because I will in a later date. Trust me. I will have a whole video dedicated to Fight Club. Maybe multiple. The Fighter. David O. Russell, in my opinion, best movie. The chemistry between Wahlberg and Bale was really impressive to me. I enjoyed this movie so much, and I saw it in the theaters, and I got to see Amy Adams behind. And I was very, very proud of that. It was admirable. Quite admirable, Amy Adams. Thank you very much. But yeah, it's shot beautifully. The fight scenes are pretty realistic. Go The Fighter, man. Go watch The Fighter. Forrest Gump, you've heard everything. You probably heard too much about Forrest Gump that you don't want to hear anything about it. So classic. $4. Foxcatcher, the transformative role of Steve Carell before The Big Short in 2015. Channing Tatum's in it. You take him seriously, which is kind of a hard feat. And Mark Ruffalo is great as always. Loved it. I'm pretty sure Carell got nominated for an Oscar. He did for Best Actor. Okay. Full Metal Jacket, Kubrick, great war film. Picked it up for $5. They $5 for Full Metal Jacket, man. Anyways, you know what it is, man. Full Metal Jacket. I'm also going to make a video on this soon. Not soon, but I will make a video on this eventually. We will make a video on this eventually, of course. Ghostbusters is great, man. What hasn't been said about Ghostbusters? A lot of these are very notorious films, and you kind of just, you know what they are, and Ghostbusters is great, man. Oh, bless me. I did not dab there, for the record. That's how I sneeze. I sneeze like that. I do actually sneeze like that. That wasn't me dabbing, so please don't destroy me in the comments. Anyways, great SNL cast. One of the only SNL movies. It's not an SNL movie, but it's like with an SNL cast. I think really works well. Cult classic overall. And I can't wait to see the next one in July. This is my excited face. Sorry, Ghostbusters, I didn't mean to treat you like this. Another Ben Affleck. Gone, Baby Gone. Morgan Freeman's great in it. Ben Affleck's great in it. Directed by Ben Affleck. Overall, it's such a great drama thriller. Such a great drama thriller. Not much to say about this one either, because I haven't seen it in forever. Like, forever. 4 years, 5 years, something like that. Overall, love the movie, man. I do remember that there was just such an emotion evoked from me when I saw it, though. I do remember having a really emotional experience in the theater. I love Gone Girl, man. I love Gone Girl. People call it boring. I absolutely love Gone Girl. David Fincher, it's David Fincher. And this version, I don't know if you can see it, but it actually comes with a book. I got it for like 10 at Target Black Friday. Love it. Good Will Hunting. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. I hope you were playing along at home, or otherwise I was just saying it's not your fault to a camera. Anyways, man, whoever knew that Matt Damon and Ben Affleck would be where they are now, man. 3 Ben Affleck movies straight in a row. But goddamn, the chemistry that the chemistry between Matt Damon and Ben Affleck is spectacular. Matt Damon and Ben Affleck. Well, that, and also Matt Damon and freaking Robin Williams is fantastic, dude. Loved it, loved it, loved it, loved it. A little bit, you know, I'm sorry, guys. I feel sad. I'm mad at myself, but Hangover, Part 2 is there. It was $3. The first one is worth $3. Okay, so Part 2 just happened to come with it. Please don't judge me. I love you guys. Nolan's arguable masterpiece, Inception. Probably one of DiCaprio's 3 most notorious roles. I just used the word notorious twice in like the same segment. Anyways, Inception's great, man. Love it, love it, love it, love it. This is the first time we basically got a huge look at Mr. Tom Hardy, and who doesn't love a good look at Tom Hardy? J.J. Dillon's fantastic. Ellen Page is good. I like Ellen Page in this a lot. Great story, man. So the rewatchability on that is crazy, too. The rewatchability on this, however, is much better. Indiana Jones and Raiders of the Lost Ark. I got it for $5. I really want to get the other 2 because we don't really talk about Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, even though I know that I'm going to have to make a video on it eventually. This is my sad face. But yeah, Indiana Jones are classic, man. Heat, crime, drama. Al Pacino, Robert De Niro. Not much to say. I know that I said those in reverse order. Did I? No, I didn't. Yeah, Robert De Niro. Yeah, no. Great crime movie. Picked it up for like $2, man. This was $2. The Cornetto trilogy is one of the best examples of comedy ever in the history of ever. And I believe that Hot Fuzz. It's between Hot Fuzz and Shaun of the Dead. As much as I love The World's End. This might be my favorite of the 3. This honestly might be. I love it. I love it so much. The Cornetto trilogy is brilliant beyond compare. And British humor is the best, honestly. You can never win. You can never lose with British humor. Sorry if I sound like exhausted. And last for this stack, Hunger Games Catching Fire, because it's the only Hunger Games that I view worth actually owning on Blu-ray. It was $4. So yeah, that's about it for that. Let's get another pile, shall we? Again, had to make sure I didn't shake anything. Let's get right back into it. Interstellar, a movie that was very, 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 very mixed, even though it has one of like the highest percentages on IMDb or something like that. Very, very mixed reviews. A lot of critics said it was scattered all over the place. A lot of critics said it was pretty good, and I'm one of those guys who thought it's good. I think it's a really good movie. I think the performances don't get enough credit. I think that Anne Hathaway in this film is spectacular. Loved her performance, man. McConaughey is McConaughey. He's been on a roll recently, and he keeps it up with this. It's a Nolan film. It is visually, aesthetically pleasing. It's Interstellar, man. I enjoyed it. It was worth $4 on Blu-ray, especially in the year it came out. The year it came out? A year after it came out? Something along those lines. It follows. Wow, it follows. This movie is one of the best horror movies that I've seen in a while, man. In a while. It kind of restored my faith in mainstream horror as well. Even though this wasn't mainstream per se. This wasn't mainstream. Like mainstream. It was still really good, man. It was still really good. It was still like recognized in mainstream theaters. Like this got a release near me, and I never get releases of indie movies. So this and one other movie that comes up later, and it's just it's so aesthetically pleasing, man. Just the aesthetics in this is fucking great, man. The vibe, the throwback, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. John Wick. If a movie is badass to spawn a spoof of it with two of the greatest comedians of our decade, I said it, two of the greatest comedians of our decade, Key and Peele, you gotta know this movie's amazing. Don't ever fuck with his pets. That joke has been made so many times, but I don't care. The kids are all right. When I first saw the trailers for this, I was like, it's a gay movie. Yay. But, oh, they're not gay, or I don't know. And then I watched it, and I was truly blown away by the spectacular performances by all five of them. All five of them are great. Ruffalo especially, because Ruffalo has a soft spot in my heart. I love Julianne Moore. I think she is really underrated, man. Julianne Moore could get it so hard. Annette Bening's okay. I can't really say I've been a fan because I don't really follow her work, but Josh Hutcherson wasn't in the Hunger Games, so that's a step up. Good movie. Kill Bill and Kill Bill 2. Uma Thurman, I think I kind of had a crush on her, and I don't know why. But like, there's something about a woman that can just take control and wield a sword that just makes you kind of just a little... I'm not going to make that motion because I don't know the age demographic that watches these videos. Tarantino films, they're awesome, man. $7, dude. Some of these old time movies, they need to get like more recognition, dude. Probably the surprise of 2014, the Lego Movie, man. Awesome animated movie. The best product placement that I've ever seen in my life. And now it's getting a spin-off Batman movie coming out. Chris Pratt may have broke through kind of with this a little bit. I think it was a very significant part of his breakthrough into the mainstream media. I love the Lego Movie, man. Who doesn't love the Lego Movie? Everything is awesome. Will Ferrell is hilarious, dude. I'm sorry that my camera is shaking. I will fix it after I get another stack. Limitless. It's not a good movie. It's a mediocre movie, but I saw the premise is great. And I saw such hope. I had such hope for this movie, and so whenever I watch it, I look at it and I'm like, what could I have done better? What would I have made different that would have made this movie even more above what it already is? So overall, I like Limitless, and it was $3. $3 on this joint. So it was worth $3, honestly. Looper is throughout the community, except for YMS. Well, YMS kind of liked it-ish. Throughout the community is very, very talked about as being one of the most underrated movies, sci-fi movies of all time sometimes. I think it's a really good movie. Bruce Willis looked like he cared. The action scenes are filmed great. And JGL is fantastic, as always. I use the word fantastic. I try not to use the word fantastic this review because I use it so much. But JGL is really good. And Emily Blunt's a superhero, man. Emily Blunt can do anything. Except, we'll get into the Disney remakes later, but Emily Blunt as Mary Poppins is something that I just can't see. But anyways, we'll talk about that later. Mad Max Fury Road. So badass, man. I don't really need to say much about it. Mel Gibson is perfect as Mad Max, and so is Tom Hardy. How did I forget his name? Charlize Theron probably should have gotten Best Supporting Actress or Best Actress, to be honest with you, because she was really fantastic in that. George Miller, man. George Miller just killed it, man. Am I an idiot? I might be an idiot. Am I an idiot? I'm not an idiot. It's George Miller. Fucking hell. Anyways. Master and Commander. Really, 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 really underrated movie. No one talks about it, man. No one talks about it. And you can love a little bit of Russell Crowe in your life. Unless you're kind of nervous about the Jekyll and Hyde remake. In that case, I guess I can understand you being nervous about some Crowe. I really liked it, man. Master and Commander. Kind of beautiful. It was really cheap, too. If you can find this used at your FYE, give it a try. Mud. One of the most... It's just not talked about at all, man. This movie is not talked about at all. It has 98% on Rotten Tomatoes. The coming of age stories will always get to me. I don't know why, they always do. Stand By Me is beautiful, man. I really want to make a video dedicated to Stand By Me, and I don't know if it's in my Century collection, but it might be. McConaughey kills it. Witherspoon kills it. Ty Sheridan is the perfect example of what you want a child actor to be. Mud's great. Mud's great, man. It's like $5. Best Buy. Top 5 movies of all time, I think. Top 5 or top 10. It's somewhere in there. It's No Country for Old Men, because I view this movie as a perfect movie. I watched this movie 5 times at least. And I go through it and I comb through it every single time. And I don't know if I can see anything wrong with it. And that's crazy for me because I am such a perfectionist. I don't know if I can see anything wrong with it, guys. It's that fucking good. The Coen brothers made a masterpiece with this one, and I will definitely... This is in my Century collection. I'll definitely be dedicating a video to it. Besides my Century collection. So good. Now You See Me. Was a very mediocre movie. By the reviews. By the reviews, it was a very mediocre movie. And you know what? I thought this should have been amazing. This should have been amazing. This should have been amazing. With the cast of Eisenberg, Harrelson, Franco, Freeman, and Ruffalo, it should have been amazing. I thought it was a little bit above mediocre, a little bit below good. So I thought it was a solid movie. However, the sequel looks shit, so I'm not sure about it. And they switched directors, so... But if you want to hear more about that movie, go to our June movie preview. God, I'm exhausted. I haven't slept in like 24 hours. Camera, stop fucking shaking or I'm going to smack you in the face. Another movie that got me really excited for mainstream horror, as in maybe it'll be good, is Oculus. Oculus got none of the attention that it deserved. 2013 for a horror film. I don't want to say much about it because the less you know about it going into it, the better. But let's just say Mirror. Mirror's pretty important, guys. Watch it. And last on the stack. Stack a mac attack a rack a knack a stack. I'm gonna kill myself. Not really. That's a bad joke. I'm sorry, guys. I'll never make that joke again. Place Beyond the Pines. Ryan Gosling and Bradley Cooper teamed up is amazing. Fun fact, Bradley Cooper and Eva Mendes. They're doing pretty well for themselves, aren't they? God, that's... Ryan Gosling and Eva Mendes, I said that right. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I said that. And they're doing pretty well for themselves. I think they have a second kid on the way or something like that. God damn, man. I mean, shit, that's a fine-ass couple, dude. That is a fine-ass couple. My biggest problem with this movie, which isn't actually a problem with the movie, is this movie got so much noise coming out from the film festivals. And then it came out to, like, not widespread, but limited to widespread. I don't remember. It might have been widespread, actually. And didn't get much recognition by the critics. didn't get picked up as much as I thought it would be, and I was so excited for this movie. Also, Bill Mendelsohn in this movie is beyond fantastic. 2 movies that I completely forgot to go over because I'm an idiot. Ides of March, excellent political thriller drama with Ryan Gosling and directed by George Clooney. Hurt Locker, Academy Award winner with Jeremy Renner, who's a really good actor. Man, that's really all I can say about it. It's a really solid war movie, man. Hurt Locker. Let's go get another stack. I'm so tired. Guys, I'm sorry for doing this so exhausted. Hopefully this will be a better stack. I made a different stack of Blu-rays you guys are on top of right now. Hopefully it'll be better. Let's get back into it with Predator. Arnold Schwarzenegger. The Ultimate Hunter Edition. Classic Schwarzenegger. You gotta check it out, man. You always gotta check it out. It's Predator, man. I don't know. I'm sorry I'm doing this so tired, guys. But I'm gonna do my best to give it to you anyways. Predators! I really think this is an underrated sequel, honestly. I really enjoyed this movie. I thought it was shot incredibly. Maybe not incredibly, but I thought it shot really well. I thought it was underrated, man. I think this is a really underrated sequel. Not many people talk about it. Shit, this is Robert Rodriguez, bro. Freaking hell, dude. Great movie. Underrated 2014 sci-fi, Predestination. This movie will fuck you up, man. This movie has so many mind fucks. It's crazy, but it's so good. Anything Ethan Hawke is in, I'm sold. Anytime we talk about Ethan Hawke, I will just say that. Just because it's Ethan Hawke. I loved it, man. I loved it. Please watch it, and then watch it a second time. Princess Bride. I don't like Princess Bride, but I will tell you what. Women love Princess Bride. That's all I'm going to say about that. Prometheus. Prometheus is a pretty good movie, man. Prometheus got shat on by critics when it first came out. And I'm going to pull my hat over my head so I don't look as ugly. Just JK still do. Prometheus, I really enjoyed Prometheus, man. Fassbender as a robot was funny a little bit, and I know it wasn't supposed to be, but I found enjoyment out of it. I can't wait to see what the next installment in the Alien franchise is, and hopefully it'll be better than this. Because, I mean, Prometheus is good, but Alien and Aliens blow it out of the fucking water, so... Pulp Fiction, I think probably Tarantino's best. That's my opinion, though. I love Pulp Fiction, man. Me and Brandon have a skit coming up on Pulp Fiction that we're so excited about called Pulp Fiction Jr. I love this. I love this, man. I love this movie. So excited for it. Travolta, Jackson, Thurman, everyone. Just plethora of things I could talk about. Hopefully we'll have a video dedicated to it as well as the skit. Rain Man. The chemistry between Dustin Hoffman and Tom Cruise blows me away every time. So good, man. Dustin Hoffman. Can we talk about how Dustin Hoffman's underrated? Because I'd love to talk about how Dustin Hoffman's underrated. Dude kills most of the movies that he's in. And he gets some recognition, but not as much as I think he should. Rambo was $1. It's not good, but it's Rambo. Requiem for a Dream, which is known as the drug movie, but it really shouldn't be known as the drug movie. It should just be known as an outstanding movie, because all the performances in this just are so solid. I love Leto. I love Wayans. I love Connolly. What's the mother's name? What's the mother's name? I don't know what the mother's name is, but she's great too. God, and it's a visual spectacle, honestly. It is. But also it will help you make your kids not do drugs. I never said it wasn't helpful, man. Reservoir Dogs, classic Tarantino. I'm kind of sick of saying that, so classic Tarantino, I'm going to leave it at that. Rise of the Planet of the Apes. First Planet of the Apes. James Franco was pretty good in this movie. I enjoyed him. And Caesar, Andy Serkis is a god. Can we just throw that out there that Andy Serkis is a god, because he is. RoboCop, a remake that I thought was not as bad as everyone else did. It's average. Can we go with average? Is average okay? Will you guys blast me in the comment section if I call this average? Maybe. I don't know, but I'm going to anyways. Roadhouse, Patrick Swayze is a bouncer. Bad assery ensues. San Andreas. Dwayne Johnson has to save the world from an earthquake. Badassery ensues. Sandlot, your perfect summer movie, man. This is childhood. This is one of my favorite movies of all time. I always identified with Squints Palledorous, man. I don't know why. I just have. The Saw collection, the first one is good. The second one's okay. The rest of them are very bad. But it was $7 for 7 movies. I can't really go wrong. If I went off of a $7 7 movie pack, I would have hurt myself. Last 2 stacks. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Nice to see you again. I am the sad fleck, but not really. Scott Pilgrim and versus the world. I am so tired, dude. Scott Pilgrim versus the World, Steelbook edition. $5. $5 for a Steelbook of Scott Pilgrim. Oh yes. Arguably the best video game movie ever to be put into existence, and I fell in love with Michael Cera after this movie, honestly. He's so great, man, and I kind of wish that I was in his position in this movie because I feel like I could beat up some bad exes. I feel like I'd put my strength to the test, you know? I can't, man. Secret Life of Walter Mitty. This was actually a remake. Did you know this was a remake? Because we didn't know this was a remake, but it came out in the like 20s or 30s or something like that. Ben Stiller's great in this movie. I feel like it's really underrated. I know that it's a little bit of an Oscar bait, but hey, I enjoyed it, man. For what it was, I enjoyed it, and it was worth the $4 purchase. Semi-Pro. I actually think this is underrated. Believe it or not, I think this is underrated comedy. Some of the shit in there is so just outlandish, and it's funny, man. Will Ferrell, Woody Harrelson, and Andre 3000's in the fucking movie, dude. And how can you go against half of Outcast? Shame on you if you do. Speaking of shame on you, Shame. My favorite movie of this is my favorite 2011 movie. So our 2011 movies, it's Shame versus Drive. That's going to be one of the biggest fights that we've ever had in Century Collection once we get there in like 2 years. But honestly, this is another one of my I view as perfect movies. Steve McQueen knows how to direct a film, man. That's all I gotta say. Fassbender, I love you. The first of the Cornetto trilogy, Shaun of the Dead. A lot of people say this one's the best. And God, can we just get Simon Pegg and Nick Frost their own comedy sketch show, please, right now, ASAP, immediately, and get it on American Comedy Central so I can watch it instead of it being on British Comedy Central or whatever they call it? It's amazing. Everything by Cornetto is amazing. And Simon Pegg is a comedic genius. Shawshank, $5. You already know about Shawshank. I don't want to tell you any more about Shawshank because everyone talks about Shawshank. People say this is David O. Russell's best film. Silver Linings Playbook. Bradley Cooper, Jennifer Lawrence. And we could just talk about how hot Jennifer Lawrence is again in this movie. Jennifer Lawrence is hot in this movie. I also like that O. Russell works with De Niro. De Niro needs some heartfelt roles in his life, man, and this is definitely one. I like it, man. I like it a lot. Silver Linings Playbook. Good movie. Not as good as The Fighter, though. I'm going to put that out there. Sixth Sense. It's classic, man. You know what Sixth Sense is. And unfortunately, if you don't, you've either seen The Sixth Sense or had the ending spoiled for you. So I'm not going to talk much about it just because. If you're one of the rare people who hasn't seen Sixth Sense or hasn't had the ending spoiled for you, go watch it right now. Because you never know, it could be just around the corner. Snowflower and the Secret Fan. I don't know what the fuck this is, but my mom got it and she watches it all the time. It's from the director of Joy Luck Club, which was actually a book I read for high school and I enjoyed. One of my favorite movies of 2014, Snowpiercer. Chris Evans is badass. He's better than this than all the Captain America movies. Just gonna put that out there. This is me putting things out there. Jamie Bell is way better in this than he is in the fucking Fantastic Four movie, but we won't talk about that right now. Hopefully we won't talk about that ever, but eventually we will. You know what? I regret that I said that because, yeah, we do have that coming up. We have a Fantastic Four before they were made. Jesus. I love this movie, man. I really, truly believe that movie is too advanced for people. I'm going to put that out there. I'm not saying that if you don't like it, that's why, but I'm just saying there are a lot of people that I feel like it's too advanced for that just don't get it. Source Code. hella underrated, man. Hella underrated. This was directed by Duncan Jones. He's directing Warcraft. You want to hear more about Warcraft, go to our June movie preview. Anyways, I like this movie a lot because Gyllenhaal, and also it's pretty suspenseful, man. And I like the whole idea of going back in time and doing things over. And I like analyzing every option. Pretty dope movie. South Park, bigger, longer, and uncut. It's a classic, man. You have to have this movie. You have to have this movie. It's kind of an essential. I love it, man. You can't not love South Park. Unless you're too young to get the jokes, then I guess I understand. Spaceballs, classic farce, man. You can never go against Mel Brooks. I looked at the back and like, who is this? And I was like, oh, how do I not remember Mel Brooks? I love the cover for this too. The cover of this is dope. Spaceballs, man, one of the greatest farces of all time. Chris Farley, beautiful, beautiful, just beautiful. I'm sorry, I'm an idiot. Star Trek Into Darkness. It's not the first one, but this is the second one, and I have not seen it. I don't watch the Star Trek movies, but it was $4, and people tell me that this JJ reboot is pretty good, so I'll eventually get around to watching it. Just haven't yet. Please don't slay me in the comments. The last stack of all stacks. Oh, hi, Mark. I am Colin. Welcome to Tommy We Show. The Terminator. It's basically it's another badass Schwarzenegger film. Terminator's great. Can't wait to get T2 and watch these two back to back. You know about Terminator, man. A lot of these movies, Terminator's awesome. This is the end. One of Judd Apatow's films that I actually really like. I know this isn't an Apatow film, and it's Rogen and Goldberg, but it's basically an Apatow film. It has all the Apatow guys in it. I find J.B. Rochelle really funny, and I don't know why, and I think I should get that checked out, but Danny McBride is fantastic in this. The whole cast just works together, man. I really want to see Craig Robinson in more films nowadays, but this is the end. It's hilarious, man. Titanic 4-disc edition because I need it in my life. Do I like the Titanic? I think it's a good movie. Do I watch this when the women come over? Heck yes. Tusk. Is it good? I really bought this more because I'm a fan of Kevin Smith and I like his works. And I think this is an alright movie. I like this more than most people do. I'm sorry, I'm running out of gas, guys. Usual Suspects. You heard all you need to know about Usual Suspects. A 4-pack that includes I Am Legend, V for Vendetta, Constantine, and Blade. And can we just, out of the 4, which one do I think is the best? Definitely, shit. I'd have to go with Blade, slightly edging V for Vendetta. It was $7 again. All 4 of these movies are at least average. Constantine's probably the worst. It's Constantine, I Am Legend, V for Vendetta, Blade. It's still good, though. It's all good. That's kind of too much to talk about. When Harry Met Sally. I'm actually a fan of cheesy romantic comedies from the 90s and 80s. Sue me. I love this movie so much. Billy Crystal's fantastic, and Meg Ryan was actually hot at one point. Wild, Reese Witherspoon. This was directed by the guy who directed Demolition. How do I know that? Because I did my research! It's a good movie, man. It's a good movie. I love the whole like trekking part of this movie. It's pretty solid, man. I like Reese Witherspoon. I think she's hot, man. I think she's underrated in the looks department. Wizard of Oz because everyone needs to have it. The Wrestler because everyone needs to have it. And Mickey Rourke is a badass mother lover. And this is probably the best Darren Aronofsky movie of all time. Can we just talk about Mickey Rourke's comeback in that movie? Jesus. Young Frankenstein, because I feel like this is a very underrated parody movie. So underrated. I love Gene Wilder, man. It's a great movie, man. It's a great movie. Check it out. I am so tired. We're almost through, though. You're Next. this is a horror movie that not many people talked about. But a lot of more people should have talked about it. This was relatively mainstream. And it's really good. It's a little bit predictable, though. It's a little bit predictable, but I'll tell you what, if you can get past that, it's really good, man. Check it out. I'd say this is definitely a check out. Zero Dark 30. I have not seen Zero Dark 30 yet. I'm sorry, guys. I just never have. But I bought it because I know it was a blind buy, but it's obviously a good blind buy because everyone talks amazing about this movie. So I'll eventually get around to it. I'll eventually get around to watching it. Zodiac. My tied for my favorite Fincher film with Fight Club. There was a little plastic on the bottom and I took it off. Probably my favorite Fincher film over Fight Club. I don't know, man. These two, they're pretty tight. Jill, and also combine the fact that it's Gyllenhaal and Fincher, man. How do you beat that? And Ruffalo and Robert Downey Jr. God. I think this is one of those perfect movies, honestly. I think it genuinely is. It's shot beautifully. The actors are so deeply invested in the characters. This is the perfect movie to end on. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a Blu Ray collection done. I think I have 100, maybe. I'm not sure. I'm honestly not. It's either barely above or barely below 100. If you did a count, let me know how much I have. I'll probably eventually end up counting them myself. But seeing as I'm broke right now, I do not buy them because I'm broke. However, I have an extremely lucrative payday coming up, and I will tell you guys about that soon, but not right now because I'm still not legally I still can't legally tell you guys about what's going on. However, it's an awesome project that I'm so excited to announce to you guys that I hope I will eventually announce to you guys sooner than later. But yeah, I'll eventually start buying more of these, and I don't want to copy the Flick Pick, but he's one of my favorites, and he inspired me to start buying Blu-rays. Him and Stuck, of course. Who's not inspired by Chris Stuckman and Flick Pick? So hopefully, I will be able to just film I'll film an update every week and tell you guys what I got. Maybe do a couple of vlogs about it. Anyways, that is me. Video done. This will be up today. Today is Tuesday. This will be up today. I love you all so much. You guys are fantastic. Thank you so much for subscribing. And I'm Colin from Cab Creations. Make sure to be safe. And don't forget to take a cab.